strikes out the side of the ninth, and Guzman, Koski, and Ortiz. He and Pedro Martinez combine on the shutout, striking out 11. And Urbina picks up his 27th save of the year. Saw some great pitching today. The Red Sox got to Joe Mays for 2 runs in the second. That's all they needed. He pitched well after that, but Pedro Martinez was almost unhittable, scattering just 4 hits.
Occasional slider. That is the slider right there to pick up the strikeout, the final strikeout of the ball game.
So Urbina striking out the side in the ninth. And a sellout crowd in Boston goes home happy. Fast-paced game today. Time of game just 2 hours and 22 minutes. That's a 17th shutout of the year for the Red Sox, tops in the American League. Oh, the final score from Fenway Park in Boston: the Red Sox 2 and the Minnesota Twins nothing. Well, the Red Sox, who were a half game out of the wild card spot, trailing Anaheim, pick up a big win this afternoon. And a virtual tie with the Angels. Oakland a half game back, and we'll be back at Fenway with more in a moment.
Question. What?
People are raving about Cedric the Entertainer presents.
Lord, I laughed his horse since my first husband died.
A new sketch comedy show, Wednesdays, Fox Ball.
Back at Fenway Park in Boston, Mel Proctor with Jerry Remy as Pedro Martinez and Urbina combine on the shutout. Martinez going 8 scoreless innings. He's now 16-2, the 27th save for Urbina. And Pedro Martinez has now pitched 31 scoreless innings. And with us is the catcher for the Boston Red Sox, Jason Varitek. What's it like catching Pedro?
It's a treat on my part. He gives me tons of options to work with. You know, he didn't pitch at his strongest today, but he pitched extremely well. You know, he's able to cut the ball, sink the ball, use his breaking ball and his changeup. And
Varitek behind the plate tonight, or this afternoon, catching Martinez and Urbina as they combine on the shutout. Pedro in his last 10 starts is now 9-0 with a 0.87 earned run average. 31 consecutive scoreless innings.
Well, it doesn't get any better than that, obviously, and the Red Sox have been fortunate to have 2 guys pitching very well, Pedro Martinez and, of course, Derek Lowe, and they have really made a huge impact on this ball club. But we look at guys all in contention for obviously a Cy Young award. Derek Lowe at 16-5, Pedro Martinez now at 16-2, Barry Zito 15-5 with the Oakland Athletics, and Burley of Chicago 15-8. But right now it seems to be Lowe and Martinez. Derek Lowe beat Zito in a ball game here earlier this week. But boy, all 3 of those guys, actually all 4 of those guys, outstanding pitches.
You know, for those who haven't seen Derek Lowe, he was an ineffective closer last year, was converted to a starting pitcher. What has made him so good?
Well, it's been one of the best stories in baseball. A guy that made 3 starts at the end of last year to build up his confidence, trained as a starting pitcher in the offseason, and then came out this year, you know, won early, gained confidence again, and so effective with that sinker.
Better. Pedro Martinez, the story today. 8 shutout innings, 8 strikeouts, no walks, and he struck out his hitters just about every conceivable way. Pedro now 16-2 on the year. And he and teammate Derek Lowe combined for 32 wins. Oh, the Red Sox win it, getting some more good pitching. Back with more in a moment.
From Sprint.
It begins here for me just fine. To each its own greatness. MLB Authentic Collection.
A small town is haunted by a string of murders around a graveyard.
A killer is threatening the community.
America's Most Wanted, strange but true, at 9 tonight on Fox.
Back at Fenway Park, the Red Sox bouncing back from a 5-4 loss to the Twins last night as Pedro Martinez and Urbina combined on the shutout. And let's go now to the Cardinals-Mets game in St. Louis. The Cardinals have a 5-4 lead, and we check in with Josh Lewin and Tim McCarver.
We'd like to welcome those of you who have watched Pedro Martinez obliterate the Twins today. 2-0 was that final.
Our crew saying good night from Florida. Now we send you to the Great Lakes Regional